name is Caleb. I'm from Venezuela, and I want to share a little bit of my history with you. I'm 26. I was born in 1994. I have two siblings. My family is a Christian family, so I grew up in a Christian environment. And my parents are pastor. And I grew up like sharing with people, being loved by people. And what else about me? I hate the spicy food. And I love, and I have a lot of passion for architecture, drawing, art, and everything that relate with that. 1994, I was born. 1998, the president Hugo Chavez came into the power. He won the president election of my country. So he became president when I was 4. I remember myself growing up playing with Legos, doing 3D models, and loving drawing and sketching everywhere. That was me when I was a small kid. I went to high school. I went to a public high school, and I finished my high school in 2012. And I went to a private college at the same year. 2013, President Hugo Chavez died. He had cancer, I think. The next year, his right hand, Nicolas Maduro, came to the power. Nobody knows how he did it. Actually, we don't believe that he made it in the right way. But that is what happened. At the beginning of that year, right after he won the elections, all my country came into a situation of constantly protesting situations. So it was pretty rough. 2014, 2015, the same way, the same thing happened. Not at the same level, but many protests. 2016, same thing, protests. But 2016 was a really curious year because in my opinion, was one of the most harder year of my life. I think at that time, in that year, our country went through a really hard situation with food and supplements of medicines and all this kind of stuff. I remember that many people was eating the kind of rice that we used to give to pigs. And that was really hard because all this rice came with, wasn't done clean, and we have to actually watch the rice and then make a really huge process to actually be able to eat it because it wasn't a really good quality rice. And at the same level with different situations like medicines, like security, I remember friends that lost a lot of weight, even myself. It was a really rough year. 2017, I was about to finish my university. I went to architecture school, and I remember that year January start with a really huge protesting situation. I remember since January until July, I guess, I don't remember well. I remember that hundreds of people, of youth, adult people, went to the street every single day, and many were killed and murdered by the government force. I remember myself with the mindset of, I just want to finish my university and go to the street to fight for my country. And as a graduation gift, I remember my parents gave me a ticket flight to US. So I came to US for 2 months, and I think that after a month and a half to be here, my dad and my mom called me and they told me hey, you know what? We don't want you to come back. We don't want you here anymore. It was really really hard day. I would never forget that day. I passed from being a tourist to an immigrant in one day. All your world and your mindset calm down when that happened, and more when your parents tell you like, we don't want to in this country. After that, I realized that South America wasn't that good for me as the US. We actually don't have a lot of opportunities in South America as we have in US. So I realized that in some way, God was giving me a really huge opportunity to be here. I just took that chance, and I came back in December 2, 2017, and that was my last interest into US until now. Yeah, the next 2 years after that was really rough, actually, emotionally, because even when I graduated in 2017 as an architect in my country, I came to US to do a labor job, construction job, like masoning, carpeting, like carpenter, landscaping. Now I understand why. I'm glad to actually I passed through all that situation because he was humbling me actually, and that's great. I now I love who I am right now, which is great. But yeah, it was really hard. It was really hard and tough 2 years after that, 2018, even 2019. At some point, I realized that if I wanted to make it through in this country, I had to learn. I actually had to start learning English. I get into this country with zero English, actually, with hello, goodbye, and food. That's it. So in 2019, I made the decision to go to ISL school for 3 months. Then I stayed in the same organization for a year, which was just English speaking all the time. And that helped me a lot with my English. Yeah, I remember that even when I was getting better and I realized that while I was learning English, I was getting better jobs and better opportunities. So I never stopped to actually learn English after 2019. And I have been trying to progress in this country, but at the same time, I was like very maybe upset or like sad or depressing at the same time, because I realized that becoming an architect in this country was so hard, and maybe I thought that I wouldn't be able to actually become an architect. So I was about to give up on my profession, and I met this guy who invited me to summer school in Montana. He's the director of this organization, John Hudson, and he invited me to be part of this summer school, which focused architecture and vocation. And in this school, wonderfully, God helped me to go through all these layers and layers of regret and desire of giving up. And I realized that actually God was just trying with my life and helping me to get better. So I made it through. I went to the school, and I realized that I actually had to pursue my profession. So I went back to Boston, where I called home here in the US, and I started learning English. I went to university to focus on my English, working hard for that. And at the beginning of this year as well, I was like, this is the year where I have to decide, or if I apply for this organization to be an intern, or if I apply for a master to go to school. So I applied for the organization, and finally I'm here. I can see that my history is a little rough and really hard, but I make it through, and I'm so glad and happy that God helped me. And now I can see that all the situation that I went through was an opportunity for me to grow and to have the aptitude to become better and to apply my profession better in a better way. Yeah. So thank you. That's my history.
How has socialism impacted your life?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a good question, because I believe that socialism was a huge reason why my person and many and millions of persons in my country have decided to go to another place, to another country to find new opportunities. Socialism and communism is a virus, bro. This mindset is just looking for the people become dependent of them, and then they have the control of the whole country. It's kind of crazy because in this moment, I'm just telling my history, and I feel like it's not that rough as the history of many other people who are right now in my country, who are right now walking the streets and the highways, trying to go from my country to Colombia or Ecuador or Peru, and they walk miles and miles and miles and miles just looking for new opportunities, and that is how socialism had impacted my country so hard. And now I realize that I'm not the person that should be sharing the history of socialism. That people who is like walking miles and miles looking at an opportunity, that people who is in the hospital right now without any medicine, that people that is in my country stuck without any money, is the people that actually need to tell their history, and it's kind of sad because they cannot do that. And yeah, I think that personally, even when I feel that my history is really rough and hard for myself in comparison with another history, it's nothing, you know. And yeah, I think that is. So my dad, he always teach me about this history about mountains. He said like life is like mountains, one's behind another one, and you always are trying to get to the top of the first one, but you think that it's the end of your life, you know, that when after you get there, it's like gonna be like, okay, the top of the top. But when you get to the top, you realize that there is another bigger mountains that you couldn't see because the top of the first one didn't let you see the top of the next one. And I feel that right now, after being accepted in this new organization in 100-fold, become an intern in an architectural firm in the US, I feel like I am in the top of the mountain, and now I can see a new one. Now I can see like the next one is going to be either my master or my license, either my ministry, either a new world that I can start getting experience in architecture, work in the field, learn about that. And I feel so glad and so thankful with the Lord for actually let me see that new mountain. And after all the rough and after all the jobs that I didn't like in US that I went through in the past, and now I feel like I can do it. If I went through all those jobs that with sadness in my heart, now with happiness in my heart because I'm doing what I love, I can do it. I can achieve license. I can achieve master. I can achieve ministry. If I have to start new things, I can do it because I think that God let me understand that I was capable of. You know, that, yeah, he made me to make wonderful things, and the heaven is the limit, bro. So yeah, let's go for the next mountain, bro.
Let's go for the next mountain, baby. The landing is finished, bro.
Landing is finished.
The landing is finished. See this?
This is new, baby. We did it.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it. Peace out.
I hate Venezuelan. No. Venezuela is the best, bro. Okay. I love Venezuela and I hate socialism. Yo amo Venezuela y odio el socialismo. I remember myself. Wait. Wait, I have to. So, and we started. My bad.